You're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by FanDuel. Host Jace Cooper. You guys know the drill. Behind the boards, Jacob Gramegna. Appreciate the chat for shouting that out here. Rundown for today. Peter Apple's going to be coming on. We're going to be talking MLB, ALCS, NLCS. Anthony DeBundle's going to come on. Some grab bag stuff. We're going to talk about NFL, a little bit of MLB, a little bit of soccer, some recap of the World Cup qualifying, look ahead to maybe some Premier League stuff. Hitman comes on, as he always does, going to feed you guys some nice props for the end of the show here with Thursday Night Football. Oh, wait, that's not the end of the show because guess what? We have edge work. I hope you guys are excited for that little segment here. Moretto's going to be on, so Money's going to be on. We're going to go through every single game on the NHL board. You guys asked for it. I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to do it. Talk about those guys. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great show, and I've been clamoring to go longer on these. I feel like this 1 hour, I don't like being in a box. I want to keep going. And you guys are going to be here for the entire time, and I appreciate it. So before we get into today's show, do us a huge favor. Smash that like button. It goes a long way for us here on the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, if you're new to the channel, it's your first time watching, I recommend you stick around if you don't want to subscribe already. Stick around for the entire show. If you like it, if you want to subscribe at the end, then do so. I think we'll convince you by the end of the show here if this is your first time. And if it's your first time, let us know in the chat. Always love seeing first-time chatters in the chat. I'm honestly, again, I don't know what I'm more excited for, edge work or the Jays game. I'm excited for both of these things. I love talking to So Money. Moretto, not so much, but you know what? He gives good hockey analysis, and I'm here for it. So I know the chat's going to be excited for it too. Before we get into today's show, though, just want to quickly remind everyone about our Best Bets show, which is on later today. Rob's going to be on alongside Austin Mock and Judah. They're going to be giving out 3 bets each. They're single, double, triple hammer. Just breaking down the Week 7 slate, going through every single game, their 3 favorite picks. Simple as that. Nothing too complicated. Today, 5 p.m. Eastern, over on the Forward Progress YouTube channel. And yeah, it's a good show. I recommend it. All right. Let's get into some baseball talk because our Jays won. I don't know if they heard us getting excited about the Jays or not, but
they saw the towel.
There we go.
They saw the towel. We're back. What you need to know is that we're back.
We're back.
It was so over. Now we're so back.
Exactly. And we're going to talk about how back we are. He's the co-founder of Just Baseball, co-host of the Not Gambling Advice podcast. He's an NFL and MLB bettor. Peter Apple, how's it going?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you coming on here today. Let's dive a little bit into the ALCS, NLCS. I want to talk a little bit about both those here. Let's save the Jays for a little bit later. Let's start with the Brewers and Dodgers series. Massive uphill battle for this Brewers team. Dodgers have 3 games to kind of close things out here at home. Fresh pen. Team looks better than ever. What's it going to take for this Brewers team to beat the Dodgers? What are they going to need? They're going to almost need a miracle here.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot. And we've heard it even from their manager, Pat Murphy, where, he's had some comments that he said, I don't know if 8 players on the Dodgers could even name, or exactly how he said it, but he said that the Brewers couldn't name guys. I don't even know what I'm saying. Basically, because I'm trying to go through quotes in my head. It's early in the morning. I got a lot of baseball on the mind. There's a lot the Brewers have to do in order to win this series. Their offense, when you allow or when you give up only 2 hits, Dodgers pitchers 17 innings of work, filling out the 18. Bullpen is completely rested. They're also at home where they've been unbeatable this year. And especially in this game, the shadows. The shadows might end up hurting both offenses. And that's the last thing the Brewers need. We saw it in the 3:08 p.m. time slot in the first game between the Dodgers and Phillies. I actually foolishly bet the over. And then you see how these hitters just can't read spin because of those shadows. So it's probably going to be another low-scoring game. And in a low-scoring game, you're probably still taking the Dodgers offense at home. And that's why they're minus 200.
Wow. All right. Yeah, tough sledding here for this Brewers team. I'm going to ask you to kind of break down this game here as well. But before we do that, I want to quickly ask you about the Dodgers kind of done some things that are unorthodox. No, I don't want to say unorthodox, but they've kind of zagged when everyone's been zigging. We've seen the common trend in the playoffs so far is that a lot of these starting pitchers are coming out a lot earlier than people are expecting. We're seeing the Dodgers kind of listen, they have studs, so it's kind of like a different story here, and that just might be the answer as to why they're doing it, because they have studs. Is there anything in particular you've noticed with the Dodgers as to why they're keeping their pitchers in longer than it seems other teams have been willing to do?
As simple as it sounds, I think they're just better, right? You see Blake Snell face the minimum, right? He allowed one hit, and it was a blooper to Caleb Durbin, and then he gets picked off trying to steal. So he went 8 innings, only 1 hit allowed, no walks. Yoshinobu Yamamoto went the complete 9 innings. It's not like he threw 130 pitches and they're going way past a normal pitcher's workload. He was just under 110 pitches, 9 innings, only 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, and that 1 earned run came on a Jackson Chourio home run. So I think Dave Roberts is looking at especially Snell and Yamamoto and saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I also think that the Dodgers in particular have a weaker bullpen than the rest of the teams. So they're more hesitant to go, right? Roki Sasaki became their closer, and he's been awesome. But he just emerged, and he's really the only bullpen arm that the Dodgers really trust. They love Alex Vesia, but he had a tough end of the season. You know, Blake Trinan, who is notoriously a great reliever, not so great, you know, this season. And in the playoffs, he's been a little bit shaky, right? Almost blew that last game in game 1 when the Dodgers ended up winning 2-1, but walked to batter, bases loaded, finally got that last strikeout, but it felt like an uphill battle to climb. So I think the Dodgers are in a different situation than other teams where their starters are absolutely elite and their bullpen is not so much.
All right. It makes a lot of sense here. Let's continue talking about this Milwaukee and Dodgers game. We don't have a starting pitcher yet listed for the Brewers. Who do you expect to start for them? What do you expect to see out of the Brewers today?
So we've seen conflicting reports. I've seen one report where it looks to be Jose Quintana. I've seen another one where it's Jacob Mizorowski. The Brewers have kind of been doing this all series where they don't announce their starter until late, right? I assume like a couple hours before. And then sometimes it's an opener. And that's been Brewers baseball all season long. They are not a normal team where they go with their starter for 5 innings. That is really just Freddie Peralta's job. So this could be Mizorowski to Quintana. This could be an opener to Quintana, and then they save Mizorowski. It could go opener, Quintana, Mizorowski. It's almost really impossible to guess because the Brewers, there have been times where the listed starter is Quinn Priester, and then they pull him back for an opener. They have those 2 guys available, Quintana and Mizorowski. That's why it's really hard to price the Brewers in the playoffs when it comes to the betting market, because you never really know where they're going to go to in that bullpen or what starter they're going to go to.
Of course. Right now on FanDuel, I think Brewers plus 146 on the money line. Total's listed at around 8 right now. Got to keep an eye on if they who they announce as starters, if that guy's going to be an opener, what's it going to be. It seems like they're just trying to get any edge they can possibly get here against a really good Dodgers team. It's as simple as that. Let's flip over and talk Jays and Mariners. You heard us behind the scenes here. It was over. Now we're back. It was over. Now we're back. After a close game 1, Jays get absolutely torched at home, kind of embarrassed. And then it was an onslaught of runs from us in game 3. Great response game. Happy to see as a Jays fan. What have you made of this series so far? We're only 3 games in, but what's your opinion been on this series?
So my opinion going into this series was I thought the Blue Jays had a real shot of winning it. And a big reason that I talked about in my write-up before the series was the Seattle Mariners defense. They're a bottom 5 defensive team in Major League Baseball. And the Blue Jays, not only did they support the highest batting average and highest OBP, they also had the highest contact rate. So a Mariners starting staff that relies on strikeouts. We saw how many strikeouts they got against the Detroit Tigers, and we've seen that all season long. That's why their rotation is so good. But the Blue Jays have proven all season long that they can get to the best starters, wear them out. And I thought there would be enough contact that the Mariners would end up making mistakes. And we've seen those mistakes materialize already in the series. The problem is that the Mariners offense has really showed up, especially in game 2, right? We're talking about the Blue Jays putting up 13 runs in game 3. We finally saw what a pitcher who is in the zone a ton in George Kirby looks like against a team that wants to make as much contact as possible. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is such a huge X factor. I've seen it throughout the season. You've seen it with the Blue Jays even when they were bad. This Blue Jays lineup feeds off of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. What did he do in the first 2 games? average launch angle of negative 26 degrees. Basically, he's driving the ball directly into the ground. Against George Kirby, what does he do in his first AB? A ground ball directly into the ground. Luckily, he got on, but then what did he do in his next ABs? He was able to elevate and celebrate, and you saw the rest of the lineup follow suit. I thought that was because the Blue Jays, and I assume your producer is a Blue Jays fan, they rely on momentum, right? They all get each other going. So if Vladdy can continue to hit like that, the Blue Jays are a dangerous offense. But my main takeaway from this series so far is the Mariners are the better team.
Yeah,
point blank, period.
I
think Blue Jays are going to have to overcome that.
I think that's a fair thing to say, and I think we're really going to have to rely on our bats feeding off of each other, like you said, for us to kind of win this series. This is getting the scary part of this series for us Jays fans because we don't have a lot of trust in Max Scherzer. He's on the mound today against Castillo. Give me a breakdown on this game. Do you think that Scherzer, I mean, not the pitcher he once was, but do you think he has enough in the tank to kind of pitch a little bit of a gem here for the Jays? And how short do you think his leash is? Like, give me a breakdown of this game.
Yeah, it's tough with Max Scherzer because I've been watching baseball for a long time. I love baseball, and I know that Max Scherzer is a future Hall of Famer, and doubting him is not something I really want to do. However, there's no numbers to support that he's going to throw well today. But numbers often don't matter in the playoffs because I'm thinking, oh, he's got enough rest, right? He didn't end the season strong, but he's had about 2 or 3 weeks to really get a game plan going. Well, in 2023, he had the same thing. And in his first start against the Astros, he gave up 5 earned in 4 innings. So, again, there's nothing to point to Scherzer having a good outing other than our faith in the future Hall of Famer, which, funny enough, I think is fair. I mean, who wants to doubt Max Scherzer? In terms of the leash, I find it difficult to believe that it's going to be longer than 2 times through the order because they have Chris Bassett as a potential piggyback. They could also piggyback Eric Lauer. So it's not saying, oh, Max Scherzer is only going to go a short leash and then it's directly to 1 inning spurts out of the bullpen. Blue Jays have multiple arms that they can go to for multiple innings. And due to last night's score that it was a blowout, both teams got to rest their bullpens a little bit. So while yesterday was really, really high scoring, I think this one is going to be competitive. I'm pretty in line with the total, but I wouldn't be surprised to actually see this game be a little bit low scoring. If Scherzer goes 3 to 4 innings, maybe escapes with 1 or 2 runs. Luis Castillo, 5 innings, 2 runs. And then both teams just bring in the bullpen and runs are suppressed throughout. I didn't get to the window with the under because, of course, Scherzer, it's just tough to know. And I don't love the Blue Jays bullpen. And their offense was so prolific yesterday, and I do believe that they feed off momentum. So a really tough game to cap for me. That's why I don't have any picks in the game. But to answer your question about the leash, should be pretty short considering they have Lauer and Bassett.
All right. Total right now is 7.5. Slightly juiced to the under, minus 115. Quickly, before I let you out here, give me your prediction for these 2 series. Who you think is going to, maybe not prediction, who you want to win. And who you want to win the World Series here?
Well, I don't have any rooting interest for any of the teams, but I do. My bank account does. I have invested heavily on the Dodgers to win the World Series. I bet them before the playoffs at plus 550. I added again at plus 260, and then I added again at plus 175. So I have a healthy wager, to say the least, on the Dodgers to win the World Series. So those would be my pick. And I just think they're straight up better than the Brewers. And I love the Brewers. And the Brewers beat them 6 out of 6 times in the regular season. But that was a different Dodgers team. And we see what their lineup looks like right now. Every single guy in the lineup outside of Shohei Ohtani is hitting. What happens when he starts to get going? So I think it's going to end up being Dodgers are going to advance past the Brewers. And Blue Jays and Mariners, I'll still go with Seattle just because the trends after winning 2 straight on the road in a 2-3-2 format ever since Major League Baseball moved to that, only 3 teams have been able to win while losing the first 2 games at home. That was the 85 Royals, the 86 Mets, and the 96 Yankees. So going into that, after winning those 2 games, historically, there's only an 11% chance that the Blue Jays win this series. But it's been done before, and it can be done again. I still love this Blue Jays offense. This game is huge. This game is absolutely massive because if you win this game, Then you have Gosman, who already pitched well against the Mariners, and then you got 2 games at home to take care of business. So this game is massive.
All right, sweet. As a Dodgers backer, as a Dodgers investor, we'll call it, who are you more afraid of to face in the finals, the Blue Jays or the Mariners?
Probably the Mariners, just because their starting pitching is so good. And what separated the Dodgers in the playoffs is their starting rotation. So they haven't gone up against a team that can battle with them like that. And the Mariners have a better bullpen than the Dodgers do. And the Mariners also have more than a few guys that can leave the park. The Blue Jays have a great offense. I'd rather it than the Mariners offense, but slightly. I'd much rather prefer the Mariners starting rotation, and I would prefer their bullpen. And they've been so good at T-Mobile, as have the Blue Jays at the Rogers Center. But I would just say the Mariners would probably be a tougher battle because they can go up against the Dodgers starters.
All right, Peter, we appreciate you joining the show here today. Appreciate your insight. You can follow Peter on Twitter at PeterApple23. It's also in the description as well if you want to click that. Follow him there. Peter, thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk soon.
Thanks so much.
All right, appreciate it. Good stuff here. Very big game for the Jays today. Very big game. I'm not nervous. You're nervous. Huge. I'm not nervous. You're nervous. All right, we got Anthony coming on. Before he does, quickly in just a sec here, just want to tell you guys about FanDuel, our wonderful, lovely sponsor. FanDuel is making Week 7 even bigger with a chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets this Thursday night. That's right. $2 million. Here's how it works. Opt in and place an anytime touchdown bet on the Steelers versus the Bengals using your profit boost. And if the player you pick scores either the first or the last touchdown of the game, you will earn a share of $2 million in bonus bets. $1 million for each touchdown. I'm told to share with you guys what I like anytime touchdown scores. You guys know who I like. I already bet it yesterday. We talked about it on yesterday's show. If you weren't on yesterday's show, what are you doing? Darnell Washington, anytime touchdown. That's what we're going to go with because guess what? We know that, courtesy of Jack Miller, we know that teams that play a 4-3 base defense, the Steelers just love to use Darnell Washington against it. It's as simple as that. He's going to be on the field way more than we've seen in previous weeks. Well, not last week because the Browns also played a 4-3. But anyways, Darnell Washington, anytime touchdown. You can get it on FanDuel at plus 380 right now. I also have him first touchdown 21-1. Just one more reason to bet on the NFL with FanDuel. So whether you've got a feeling about the opening drive or you're banking on a clutch finish, now's the time to get in the game. Visit FanDuel.com/forwardprogress to download the app today and get started. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas affiliation with Kansas Star Casino and physically located in Ontario or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last TD pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sourcebook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit FanDuel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelpline.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts. Or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Call Connex Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 or visit connexontario.ca. All right. Up next, Anthony Devundo joins the show. You can find him at The Ringer. He's writing about all kinds of sports. He's a big Colts fan, which I'm excited to talk to him about here. Anthony, how's it going today?
It's going great. You know, it's crazy to say that the Colts are 5-1, something that pretty much no Colts fan I know, certainly myself, never would have thought was possible at this point in the season. It's been an absolute thrill, a joyride, and we're hoping it can continue because the schedule does get quite a bit tougher here in the coming month or two. Yeah,
I need a temperature check as your Colts fan. They're the hottest team in the league. They're a ton of fun to watch. They're putting up points. They're winning in like the best way possible as a fan. I mean, as a fan of any team, you just want your team to win. But like just boat racing teams throwing up a ton of points. Daniel Jones is looking great, like especially with what you had to deal with at quarterback through the past couple of years. I mean, it must be awesome for you. Like temperature check, what's it like?
It's great. I mean, you know, the main reason I'm a Colts fan is my older cousin, who's like a big brother to me, and just the energy, the running dialogue we have during the week and on game days is so much more than past years where it was just like, another game. They've been so mired in mediocrity really since Andrew Luck retired. They've had some decent seasons. They've only bottomed out once, but it just hasn't really felt competitive. And, I'm not sure how much of it is real. I think we could talk about that. I don't love the situation in the cornerback room right now where their 3 top corners are down injured, Charvarius Ward, Jalen Jones, Kenny Moore. But I'm also saying, hey, like, why not, right? The offense is healthy. They complement each other's skill sets so well. Daniel Jones is doing the job well. He's playing point guard, distributing to all the talent. So long as that's the case, I think they're going to win this division. Now, are they going to beat the Chiefs or the Bills like in a playoff game? That's, we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, I'm here for the ride.
Yeah, no, as you should be. And I mean, like the biggest thing for Colts fan is like, it's my fault. I was out on Shane Steichen. Obviously, I was 100% wrong about that. Like I loved Shane Steichen before he came to the Colts. Last 2 years, it's tough to see. Is it really Anthony Richardson? Could he really be that bad? We found out that he actually kind of is that bad or just wasn't ready just yet. So I think that's the biggest thing outside looking, and I'm just happy that you guys have a guy in Shane Steichen who is, he's legit. He's legit. It's always good to have a coach like that for your future. I know you're also a Phillies fan here. We just talked about the Dodgers previously. We're talking MLB stuff, and I know you kind of you wear many hats. You can talk all kinds of sports. So I'm gonna rapid fire and throw you around talking about different sports here. What's it gonna take for a team to beat this Dodgers team? They are absolutely rolling. They're cooking. I don't want to see them win. What do we need to happen here for them to lose?
I don't want to see them lose for wagering purposes. I bet them before the Phillies series, and then I said whoever wins Phillies-Dodgers, I'm going to add more because I do think that was the World Series. When I go back and look at those 4 games that were just played, I feel like the Phillies were right there. And I understand they came up short. The bunt decision in Game 2, the crazy walk-off error in Game 4, the blown 3-run lead in Game 1. They had so many opportunities. And if you replayed that series again, I always like to ask this question. If they played the series again starting tomorrow, what would the price be and how different would it be from what it actually was? And I truly don't think, given the information we saw of those 4 games, where, again, the Phillies scored more runs, had a higher average, hit more home runs, pitched better for most of it, what would the price be if they replayed it? I think the price would be the same. The Dodgers would be the tiniest of favorites, you would say, because of how good their starting pitching depth is right now with those big 4 going for all of the games. But that the Phillies, they took apart Ohtani. They made this lineup look very mediocre. The Dodgers hit 199. So I think you need top-end pitching. And I think we're seeing with Milwaukee here in this NLCS that, yes, Quinn Priester had a great season. Freddie Peralta hasn't been quite as sharp in these playoffs, but they just don't have the kind of depth. If they had Woodruff or if they had Mizorowski, peak Mizorowski, maybe it'd be a different story. But it's just so hard to compete with this lineup for 4, 5, 6 games in a row with their starting pitching, their run prevention being as good as it is. So I think you need elite starting pitching. The Phillies showed they have it. They're the team I think that's going to end up being the closest to beating the Dodgers in these playoffs, but we'll see how these next few weeks go.
Yeah, for sure. Dodgers right now. You probably got some good numbers on those Dodgers tickets, -165 to win the World Series. Let's flip over back to football, talk some Thursday night football here. Bengals versus Steelers. Any opinions you have on this game here? Anything you like in terms of side spread, total, or even player props?
Yeah, I actually like the Darnell Washington. We were talking about that yesterday, and cousin Sal was making fun of me Darnell Washington. When was the last time he was plus 350 to score? But you're right, he is on the field more in the red zone. They don't target him a ton, but Cincinnati's been pretty bad against tight ends. I actually like the over. I agree with the move. You woke up Tuesday morning, the total was 42.5. Now we're up to 44.5, and I think that move is correct. I would bet it up to 45. I don't really agree with the idea that the Pittsburgh defense is all of a sudden a lot better. They played a couple really bad teams the last couple weeks. They took advantage of Cleveland and of Minnesota without their entire O-line in that London game. So, good for them. Or I think it might have been the Dublin game. So good for them. But this defense can still be had. And if you go week by week and you just look at the Bengals offense, by far the best game they had by yards per drive was the game last week with Flacco. And so I feel like Flacco just throwing it up into those one-on-one situations on the outside, they're going to move the ball. And Pittsburgh and Cincinnati both bottom 6 in yards allowed per drive. So both teams move the ball here. I feel like this is a pretty open game back and forth. Maybe Flacco throws in a pick to give Pittsburgh a short field or two. We know he likes to do that. Ultimately, like side, I would probably lean with the Bengals. But I feel like a lot of money's been lost trying to find the bottom of the Cincinnati Bengals team this year, and I'm not really that inclined to try to find out myself.
Yeah, 5.5 right now at home. Slight juice towards the Bengals here, -114. And then also, like you mentioned, the total you like, 44.5 at FanDuel, juiced over -114 over there. Yeah, just I think I agree with the majority of the points you're making. Plus, if the Bengals don't have Hendrickson going, it's just like one little extra thing that can push you more towards seeing this over, or this game finishing over that total of 44.5. Let's stick with NFL and look ahead to Sunday. Anything you like? I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you like, but give me maybe your favorite pick, favorite game, favorite bet of the week.
Yeah, I mean, if it's still 45, I haven't looked at the board in the last hour. I'm working on my World Cup column, but 45 for that Rams-Jags game in London Sunday morning. I try not to bet these crazy Euro games. I'm usually watching soccer or doing something else in my life, trying to avoid the albatross of that 9:30 disaster that they've thrown at us the last couple of weeks. But actually, I'm intrigued by this matchup. The Jags, they're playing a lot more zone this year, and the main zone beater for the Rams is Puka Nacua. He's not going to play, so you take him out of the equation. The Rams' run offense has been very hit or miss this year. It's been good at times and bad at others. And on the other side, this Rams secondary, I still have big questions about it. But the Jags have been allowing a ton of pressure. If you can get to Lawrence and get him off that first read, you can slow down this Jags offense as well. So, yeah, an under for me there at 45. 44.5, I'd played a little smaller. 44, probably no bet for me on that one. Dallas, it's hit to be square, but I love the team total over. I think there's some real signal to Dallas at home indoors. It's been true for a couple years now, but Dak being able to kind of diagnose pre-snap what's going on with the defense and the cadence that he likes at home and the way that they're able to run their offense. It's so timing based. It's so much more efficient on the home turf. And you've seen it. I mean, they played 2 games, both went to overtime, scored 40 in both. So I don't love this Commanders defense. They keep giving up big plays. It's been a problem for 2 years now. Dallas team total over 27.5. I did bet. I think they get to 30 in that one. And then, Minnesota is a fascinating one because the Eagles are still kind of getting a lot of market love here. And I'm deferential to this team because they've proven that they can win a ton of football games, and that's all they've done for 3 or 4 years. But if you were to draw up a matchup that is worse for this Eagles offense, I don't think you could pick one than Minnesota, because Minnesota, the way that they disguise coverages, the way that they bring simulated pressure, the way that they play zone behind it, that's been the Eagles' kryptonite for a year and a half now, really, is that they haven't been great against zone. They haven't been great against simulated pressures. That's Flores' specialty. And if you're predictable, if you're easy to guard, which is what the Eagles' offense is right now, that's not the defensive coordinator you want to go up against. So I do think Minnesota is a good bet there as a dog at home. Really don't know what the Eagles' defense looks like right now. Jalen Carter probably plays, but he's not healthy. Quinyon Mitchell probably doesn't play, and that means the Eagles have 2 barely NFL playing corners out there against Jefferson Addison. It's not a great matchup for them.
Yeah, no, love the matchup look here between the Eagles and the Vikings, looking towards Vikings as well. Just, yeah, this Eagles team has kind of been an abomination for the past couple of weeks. You mentioned your World Cup article, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the World Cup because we just saw a couple the qualifying past couple days here. What have you made of the World Cup qualifying so far? Any opinions here under the new expanded format? Any shocks from the past couple of days, or everything kind of goes as you expected?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, qualifying in this expanded format, there's not a ton of shocks. If you look around at the top, 20 teams, and you can, one of the best barometers to kind of judge how good is an international soccer team is you can just look at the squad value. So like if you were to sell every player on the team in the transfer market, what would they go for? And of the top 15 teams, there's only 2 that are in real World Cup peril. One is Italy, who took care of business this week, did a nice job taking care of their business to set up a matchup with Norway next month. They're going to need to win that by a lot of goals to to win the group. So most likely Italy goes to the playoff, and that has not been kind to Italy. Italy lost the 2018 playoff and the 2022 playoff in pretty shocking fashion to miss the last 2 World Cups. So they're going to be one of 16 teams. 4 will get bids to the Americas next summer. So that's a pretty dicey proposition for them. And they have turned it around a little bit. They have a new manager who comes from the club game, and they've scored some goals in their first couple games, but the overall talent level does feel declined a little bit for Italy. They're going to have a tough time going through the playoff, probably. The other team is Sweden. Sweden has some big names. If you watch club soccer in Europe, you know Victor Gyökeres for Arsenal, you know Alexander Isak for Liverpool, and Dejan Kulusevski's hurt, but he plays for Tottenham, and Anthony Elanga at Newcastle, and Lucas Bergvall. Like, they have players, but this squad has not really come together. They just fired their manager, which had never happened in Swedish football history. They never fired their manager. There'd always been like a parting of ways or some kind of mutual thing, leaving his post, but they just fired him. And the reason is they lost to Kosovo twice in a row and lost to Switzerland at home. They are likely also going through the playoff, and it's probably going to be a miss for Sweden, I think, when we get all down to it. But, for the most part, I mean, England, Brazil, Argentina, France, Germany, Spain. Germany took a weird loss, but for the most part, they're going to be fine. They're going to be in the field. It's just a matter of who's going to be healthy, and then what kind of form are these teams in. It's hard to gauge sometimes because England's beating up on Albania and taking care of business against vastly inferior teams, but it is interesting to try to figure out how these teams might line up next year.
All right. Yeah. Lot to go over there. When's your article coming out for the World Cup here? Do you have like a expected delivery on that?
Yeah. So it comes out every month, and it's going through editing now. So it'll be up tomorrow morning. It's basically like the international window happens once a month, and then I write the column off the international window. So there's all kinds of stuff happening with, Scotland has a real chance to qualify. Curacao, which would be the smallest nation ever, has a chance to qualify next month. They're going to play Jamaica probably for a World Cup spot. So there's just so much happening around the world because of the expanded format. New teams, Cape Verde, shout out to them, qualifying for their first ever World Cup, the African nation. There's all, Nigeria's up against it. They may not qualify. Cameroon's going to the playoffs. So there's all kinds of different teams that are struggling or surging as a result of this format, and all new teams. We've got 3 so far. Jordan, Uzbekistan, Cape Verde, the new teams that have never been to the World Cup before. Those are the 3 new names. I'm going to wager that most people don't know any players on those teams, but that's part of the fun. Maybe Kusanov, Uzbekistani defender that plays for Man City. It might be the only big name on those 3 teams.
Wow. I just looked up Cape Verde, 500,000 people in their population. They put together a World Cup team. Pretty amazing stuff here. I think this expanded format, I'm a fan of it. I like it. Let's flip over and talk some club level soccer. Any big takeaways from the Premier League so far this season? Anything you've noticed? Anything that's like kind of stuck out to you so far?
Now, if you look over my shoulder, you'll see that there's a Tottenham thing right above me. They're my team, and so what I'm about to say pains me because Arsenal fans who are friends of mine and who are consume content that I put out are like, oh, you're just trying to reverse jinx us by picking us this year. You're saying that just because you don't want them to win. You're trying to mush it. We know what you're up to. It's how I felt all year, and it's that Liverpool is clearly in their numbers to start the season taking a step back. I know they're right there with Arsenal at the top of the table, but if you just adjust some of the numbers, and we only played 7 games in the Premier League, so you have to take it all with a grain of salt. You have to adjust for schedule. You have to adjust for red cards, for penalties. If you try to strip out all of the noise and say just on an 11v11 non-penalty strength of schedule adjusted basis, who's been the best team in the Premier League this year? It's unquestionably been Arsenal. And then, Liverpool have a ton of new pieces in their attack, especially. It hasn't really gelled. Mo Salah has not been Mo Salah really at this point this season. His numbers are now at the point where you're wondering at 33 if there's been a decline. Some loss of athleticism because he hasn't been beating defenders like he usually does. So that's a question for Liverpool. But if you just rank, kind of your top 4, it's Arsenal, gap, Liverpool, City, small gap. Then you get into like your Bournemouth, Chelseas of the world down there below that. So I think Arsenal are still good here. They're like -110 to win the Premier League. I feel like they have so much more depth now that even though they've also had injuries, they've been able to withstand them better. And I think that's going to be one of the main keys for them going down the stretch here. Their defense is so much more reliable than Liverpool's. And usually it's like, oh, you want goals to win the league. But I do think Arsenal is the clear best team right now. And should be the odds-on favorite to win this season. Gotta go wash my mouth out with soap.
Anything you like this weekend in terms of any bets or anything you got? I'm kind of putting you on the spot here. Sorry about that, but
you're
chat's
good.
asking.
It's just a betting show. Yeah. I do like Chelsea this weekend. They're right around even money, -105. Chelsea's one of those weird teams. They keep getting red cards every other game. They've had bad penalty luck, bad red card. You can call it luck. They've been idiots in a lot of their games getting these red cards. They are a little shorthanded, but if you just compare the 11v11 numbers of Chelsea and Nottingham Forest this year, it is night and day. Nottingham Forest is a bottom 4 team by my numbers. Chelsea is a top 4 team. And when those two teams play, the line shouldn't be -105. I have it closer to like -130 with the Blues here. And Forest also with their new manager, it's just a really bad stylistic fit. Ange Postecoglou, the former Tottenham manager, love him for bringing a trophy to Spurs, but he is not a good stylistic fit for the squad that Nottingham Forest have built this season. So I think it's a bad matchup, bad spot. And really, I'm looking to bet against Forest, to be quite honest, in the coming weeks here. I don't think this is going to work. So give me Chelsea. And then I did take some under in Villa and Spurs. Tottenham have scored way over their XG this year. They have not been a good attacking team. Villa pretty reliant on just Ollie Watkins to score goals this year. Hasn't been good for them either. This total 2.5 under even money. I don't mind it up to about -115, but should be an ugly one Sunday morning.
All right. Awesome. Anthony, appreciate you joining us here today. You can follow Anthony on Twitter at Anthony DeBundo. Also link, it's in the description. If you want to go follow him, it's over there. You don't have to type it out on X. Anthony, thank you so much for joining us. We'll chat soon.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Appreciate it. Awesome stuff here from Anthony. Excited for him too. Colts are looking good. Hopefully the Spurs can come up and help him out a little bit here. Always want friends to win. Friends teams to win, That's what I root for. I don't have my own teams other than the Leafs and the Jays. Want other people to experience joy as well. Just got word from Moretto. He said he's not coming on until there's 25 likes. So if you guys want to do that, if not, we're gonna have to end the show early. I don't want to do that. This is the message from the guy upstairs. Moretto's like, I don't know, this guy's big honcho now, apparently. He's demanding likes for this stream. But yeah, let's get there. Up next, we have Hitman. Before we bring on Hitman, just want to give a quick reminder to people that we have a Discord. I don't know if you guys know about that. We have a Discord, discord.gg/hammer. And there's a ton of people in there. There's almost 1,000 members that are currently in it right now. They're in there talking about the games. Rob's in there chatting about the games as well, giving out his fair prices on some primetime touchdown scores, which you can find tonight. You can chat directly with us, with the creators, and the community of the Hammer. So if you're looking to do that, make sure you head over to discord.gg/hammer to join the Discord. Hitman is also in the Discord as well. He won't do a face reveal, even though I have confirmed that the Hitman in there is the official Hitman. All right. Speaking of Hitman, got him coming on in here in just a sec. He is, I got to change this, but he's the best prop better that I know. He'll be on the watch along tonight with G Stack George. And he's going to be with me tomorrow for our prop show. Hitman, how's it going?
What's going on, man? How you feeling? You doing better?
Feeling a lot better. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're a good guy, Hitman. People say that you're not a good guy. I disagree with them. I think you're a good guy.
They just got to get to know me better.
I'm kidding. No one has ever said that to me about you. But anyways, we got a big game for us here. I mean, not a big game, terrible game for us here tonight. If we're going to be completely honest. Steelers at Bengals. Let's take a step back and let's take a look at this game just from like a sides and totals perspective. Steelers right now laying -5.5. They're at on the road. Totals at 44.5. Slight juice towards the over. Any opinions here on the sides or total of this game?
Not really. Maybe just gun ahead Bengals, but it never really. I never really considered betting it. So I don't know. Don't you kind of just have like the feeling, Jason, like the classic Steelers letdown spot? Thursday night road game, division game. I'm still not in love with their offensive personnel.
Yeah.
Although they have been playing better than I expected. but at some point, I feel like it catches up to you that you literally do not have a wide receiver 2. Like their wide receiver 2 this week is projected for like 10 receiving yards. But yeah, I don't got much of an opinion on it.
All right, fair. I mean, it does scream Steelers letdown spot. I hope not, though. I still have like a bunch of tickets for Steelers to win their division, and I kind of just want them to keep steamrolling early and often as much as they can before Lamar Jackson comes back, which might be this week. We'll see. Probably not, though. But yeah, I think I'm in agreement with you here. Let's flip over and talk about this Steelers offense here, because we've seen them. The best way that they've created offense is like yards after catch. Is that a function of having Aaron Rodgers? Maybe. Is that a function of just like the style of play that DK Metcalf kind of has, where he can kind of just break away from people? Maybe. But is it like consistent? I don't know. We'll have to see. Like you said, no Calvin Austin here today. Their wide receiver 2 is who? Like Roman Wilson? Like I don't even know who it could be. Any opinions on this pass catching group of the Steelers behind DK Metcalf? Like anyone you're interested in? Could be a tight end. Darnell Washington, we've talked a lot about on this show the last 2 days. Anyone you're interested in here? To
be honest, there's so much talk right now about this whole Tomlin 4-3 defense. Like against 4-3 defenses, we look to play Darnell Washington. And against 3-4 defenses or multiple look defenses, maybe they go more Freiermuth or something like that. There's so much talk about it, and it's so public that this is like the 3rd week we're talking about this, that I think the lines are fully accounting for it. And potentially by the time kickoff comes, maybe they're over accounting for it, to be honest with you. I mean, if you just look at Darnell Washington and Pat Freiermuth, like if you say who's the better pass catcher, like it's freaking Pat Freiermuth. We all know that. It's just obviously he's going to be running less routes than Darnell Washington, but Darnell Washington is a guy. Is he going to get a lot of scheme targets? I really don't know. Like a lot of his targets probably are on stuff like you seen last week with busted coverages or like the tight end block and release type stuff. So I don't know. I think that we've gotten to a point where this Tomlin 4-3 defense stuff might be accounted for too much, to be honest with you. So that's kind of my thought with the Steelers pass catcher stuff. Yeah, I know Roman Wilson's at 8.5 right now. Scotty Miller, I don't believe, has a line. Scotty Miller has been running more routes than Roman Wilson. I believe the routes I'm looking at right now has been, it was 15-8 for Scotty Miller last week. So if you're probably looking for a receiver on Pittsburgh, I'd probably take Miller over Roman Wilson. But yeah, not much other than I just think that these lines are over accounted for on some stuff potentially. Well, you're going to hate that I played Darnell Washington anytime touchdown. I come on here every week. What are the odds? Plus 380? Yeah. Listen, I will say this is a place I just mentioned how they don't really scheme for him much in the passing game. One place they will scheme for him red zone is they'll flex. They'll be in a heavy package. They'll motion Darnell Washington out and they'll throw a fade to him or something. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be out there, and in the red zone is when they'll actually scheme something to him. So I don't hate it as much as you would think, Jason. I appreciate that hit, man. In between the 20s where I think he might not be used as much. Yeah, that's why I stayed away from the yardage there. Let's flip over and talk the impact of Trey Hendrickson. It seems like he's probably not going. I think it was Schefter who said he's a long shot to play, but he's trying to play. Any news or any information that you have here that might say otherwise, where you think Trey Hendrickson might play, and how does Hendrickson being out impact this Cincinnati Bengals defense, and like what can we look to attack in the Steelers offense to like take advantage of this? I don't know if there's anything in the props to attack with it. I mean, again, maybe theoretically you could see a world where they don't need the blocking tight end as much without without Hendrickson out there, like especially on pass downs, but I'm kind of grasping at straws with that, to be honest with you. I don't know. I just think that overall it's just going to lead to more clean pockets for Rodgers than probably just more production for Steelers guys, to be honest. So maybe like if you lean towards Rodgers passing over, that's the final thing that pushes you over the edge. But I don't expect Hendrickson to play in this game.
All right. Appreciate the little pun there, pushing you over the edge. Good work. Let's talk a little bit about this Cincinnati Bengals offense, which we've seen. Not seen, but Joe Flacco's now in the fold. We're assuming he's probably like a little bit better than Jake Browning. He looked a little bit better than Jake Browning last week. Just willingness to get rid of the ball and kind of throw to their best players, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Do you feel like the prop market has adjusted correctly to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins with Joe Flacco being in now? Not saying he's that much better, but again, 73.5 right now for Jamar Chase, 46.5 for T. Higgins. Is it too high, too low, about right? What's your temperature on this?
Yeah, I don't know. The only thought I had with Bengals guys is maybe with Flacco in, it opens you up to some like over receptions, under yards type negative correlated parlays or something. Like I could see Jamar Chase catching a lot of freaking like 6-yard hitches and just short passes with Joe Flacco. So that's kind of directionally where my mind was headed. But yeah, I hate to say I don't have many strong opinions, but yeah, that's really all I was thinking with that. Yeah, that's really all I got with Bengals pass catcher stuff.
All right, I'm gonna hammer you another question about Bengals pass catchers because Mike Gesicki is out. Noah Fant's probably like the guy who's going to be see every down work. Noah Fant plus 440 to score a touchdown. You scroll a little bit further down the board, Drew Sample 11-20. You think Drew Sample can maybe get some work here on this?
Yeah. So the way the Bengals, they dress 4 tight ends a lot of games, and they're very diverse. Like they have very specific roles for their tight ends. With Gesicki out and Tanner Hudson out, it might be a live angle that you try to see. Like, all right, well, what is Noah Fant, the 11 personnel guy this week? Because like in prior weeks, like they'll use Drew Sample and 11 personnel as the early down tight end, and Gesicki will be the 11 personnel late down and hurry up tight end. So I think that it's a really good live angle to maybe follow to just see how big of a workload do they give Noah Fant. He's been mostly just playing in 12 personnel for the Bengals, which hasn't opened up, which usually doesn't lead to a bunch of big counting stats. The market's kind of assuming that he's going to be like the 11 personnel, take the Gesicki role. I would guess that that's probably going to happen, but there's always a chance maybe they use Drew Sample just more than we think. You never know. So yeah, I think that Bengals tight end stuff is something to keep an eye on. I personally wouldn't run to any Noah Fant anytime touchdown stuff. I think there's a little bit of uncertainty into the role whereas the market is pricing him pretty much as if he's just going to be Mike Gesicki.
Yeah, 28.5 right now is his receiving total. You might want to keep those first drives or first couple of drives. You want to keep that FanDuel app open, and if you see Drew Sample out there, you're going to want to be smashing those Noah Fant unders. Maybe take a little bit of Drew Sample anytime touchdown scores because if it's him in 11 personnel, I don't know how Noah Fant gets to 28.5.
Yeah, well, just yards. Be ready. Like if you're watching the game early,
yeah,
Sample probably will be in 11 personnel on early downs would be my guess, and then it's kind of like the late down stuff you want to see with Fant. But
okay,
yeah,
all right. Got it. Sweet stuff there. Anything else you like in terms of this game? Touched on basically a lot of stuff. I guess we didn't really touch on the rushing attack. Chase.
Yeah, I guess in the rushing, like Chase Brown's been losing a little bit of work to Samaje Perine, so a little bit down on him right at the moment. The Pittsburgh backfield stuff, I kind of think that Gainwell's a little closer to Warren than the market is saying. I know there were some Warren unders that were sent out by some services this morning. I kind of want to say Gainwell's closer, but it's tough to say because you don't know. Was Warren closer to Gainwell and Caleb Johnson last week just because it was his first game back from injury? Because before injury, he was a workhorse. It's kind of another thing. It's going to be a game that I'm just going to be looking at a lot of live angles, to be honest with you.
Perfect. Tons of live angles, and you're going to be live as well in the fourth quarter with our friend G-Stack George today. So if you're looking for live angles early in the game, Hitman gave you the recipe. If you're looking for live angles late in the game, Hitman's going to be there giving you the recipe, the secret formula. His own secret formula, not George's. But
the one that actually wins money.
Yeah, there you go. Can confirm.
Ensures that I don't live with my parents.
Okay. Can confirm. I actually can't confirm if you live with your parents or not. I've never been to your house, but I believe you. Maybe you got to take me out to golf, especially when our Jays won. You rooting for the Jays tonight or what? What's going on there?
Big win last night. We're right back in it, right? We just got to get it back to Toronto, and then we got to have Jeff sitting right behind home field, just pissed drunk, yelling at the umpire for on balls and strikes, and then we got a chance.
Maybe we get him to wear like a Cal Raleigh butt, the plug. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter. No, maybe not. Yes,
I did not. No.
Okay, well, I gotta send it to you because now it's just a weird thing. Anyways, maybe we gotta fly. Maybe we gotta put you right beside Jeff. To behind home plate there.
I mean, Vegas Dave was famous for he would bet on like all 30 teams in baseball to win the World Series, and then whatever team made it and everything, he would have the ticket and go to their game and like get publicity about how he picks the World Series winner every single year. So who knows? Maybe that's my new strategy. Maybe I have a ticket on all 30 teams for all. Is there 30 teams? I don't know, but however many teams there is, maybe I got a ticket on all 30, Jason.
Well, I don't believe that you do. I know that you do have a Blue Jays ticket, and we'll celebrate the wins together if they do win. Hitman, appreciate you joining the show. You can follow Hitman on Twitter at Hitman428. You can see him later tonight on our live watch along. And quick programming note here: usually we do our Saturday stream for the prop show. Hitman asked me to do it Friday. We don't have a time just yet, but you're going to want to head over to the Forward Progress HQ YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell because
all you got to do is have Twitter notifications on for us, and then have the YouTube notifications on, and you're set.
It's easy as that.
Just plan on it being sometime Friday night.
All right, sounds
we'll
good.
Give a warning. We'll give a warning.
We'll definitely, it's just honestly, just be by your phone for like the next 7 hours, and then
I know some people have better things to do Friday night than look at my face.
Well, you know what? I'd take that any Friday night, Hitman. Anyways, Hitman, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Thank you.
All right, good stuff there from the Hitman, giving us the secret formula, the secret sauce, live betting angles that we can go and attack during the game. Before we head out here, edge work. That's right. Hockey's back. Hockey is fucking back. Let's bring these guys ready to go. Are we ready to bring them on? No, they're not. It would be on brand for Edgework for them to be late for their debut. It would be incredibly on brand for them to be late.
Moretto's here. If you want to just talk to Moretto.
No, it's okay. You know what? No, we can wait. We can wait a little bit for them here. Let's do a quick little housekeeping before we head out. Before we head into Edgework. Excuse me. First of all, the chat. Let's see the edgers in the chat. Like let's get this thing going. But before we get into Edgework, just a quick reminder, later today we have our Best Bets show with Rob, with Austin Mock, with Judah. It's live at 5 p.m. Eastern. Then, of course, tonight, Thursday Night Football game. Watch along, 8 p.m. Eastern time as well. G-Stack George is going to be the host there for you guys. And then tomorrow morning, don't forget, 8 a.m. Eastern time.
Hell yeah.
Circle back. The best gambling show about gambling Twitter on the internet. Best show on the internet.
I have people talk to me about the show and they say I literally cannot miss any episode. I have to watch it every week.
The best of the best.
You have ruined my Monday afternoon. You've ruined my Friday morning. I have to watch it every single week. This week it's myself, Kanish, Flup, and Mr. Peanut Butter Mike, and we have a special announcement coming at the end of the show that you're gonna have to tune in for.
Oh, excited! Super special. This show or the Circle back?
Circle back.
Okay.
The end of the Circle back. A very large announcement at the end of the show.
All right. Well,
listen to.
you're going to want to tune in and stick around for the end of this show because this isn't the end of the show. We're still going.
Yep.
Let's bring up Alex because So Money's late.
Actually, just give me like 10-second intro and then he'll be ready.
Oh, all right. Well, I actually didn't even write out intros for these guys because this is edge work. We don't intro guys here. We see just two tortured Canadians, or a tortured Canadians fan, a tortured Canucks fans, two teams that are down and out, most likely to miss the playoffs, but they're smiling, they're happy, they're bringing good faces for us. And Moretto, you guys, are you ready to bring them on?
Oh, we're having an issue on So Many side, but you and Moretto can get started.
All right, Alex. No rundown yet for this game, but let's talk about things here. We got loaded slate today. What do you want to start with?
I want to start with the fact that we're back. This is great. I mean, I don't know what's going on with So Many. I see him backstage. He looks great. Camera looks fantastic. Looks as beautiful as ever. Hair looks
it's
great.
Issue on this end that I'm sorting out right now.
We'll get him on here.
We'll get him on.
Look, we're just going to make everyone edge a little bit longer. That's all. That's what we're all about here. It's been an hour of edging, and I think they can go a few more minutes here.
Hashtag back in the chat, Connor Hartle with the best profile picture as well. We're so back. I hope people caught the Edgework special because you gave away an incredible futures bet, and I hope people got those in terms of the point total. And
I feel like I don't even want to talk about those anymore because I don't know if they're gonna. I mean, no, they're gonna stand and everything. They were great bets. I feel like maybe we might have cost FanDuel some money, which is what we're here. What we're here to do. That's what we're here to do. It's we're here to give away winners, and I think we gave away some very. I mean, look, all of those could very much lose, but I think I think those are some great bets you're sitting on especially if you sprayed the board and put a few of them in. Absolutely.
I wish I was able to spray the board, but I had to do the show, so I couldn't get to it. By the time I got off, it just wasn't there anymore. Well, you know what? It is what it is. Let's talk. Let's just get into the Rangers and the Leafs game to start here. Leafs at home, -138 favorites. We got Jays game. We got Leafs game. The Toronto lifeblood is in the air. We went 0-2 last time. We're going to go 0-2 again tonight. Total at 5.5. Slightly juiced towards Yoda for -128. Who do you like here and why?
Yeah, I can't, in good faith, give anything out at this point in this game. I bet the Rangers today at +133 this morning, and even I, as someone who liked the Rangers tonight, am shocked at how far this has run now. Rangers have just taken so much money. I don't know if at one point they took a little money on the Nylander not being at the skate. People thinking that that he was actually going to miss the game. I bet before that. I don't think that had obviously any bearing on it. He obviously was maintenance. He's going to play tonight, and it's kept going. The Leafs. Every time there's a little buyback on the Leafs, it's met with resistance, and the Rangers take more money. So 133, I bet it. Best I see right now in market is 120. I don't think we can do that at this point. I think that's a little bit too far now. But yeah, look, the Rangers. A lot's been made about how they can't score goals at MSG, which is true. They have not. They're making history right now. Kind of hilarious to just rip on Albert and watch them struggle to score every single night at home and not be able to score. But they are playing pretty good hockey. Somebody's writing something here. We are all Rangers in the background. So there we go. Here he is.
There we go. He's on. He
is.
Somebody?
Oh no,
he's muted. Is this not?
No.
If this isn't Edgework, I don't know what.
This is not okay. I think this is a So Many issue. So Many, make sure your mic's connected.
We are all Rangers, though, apparently. All right. What number did you said you needed for the Rangers here?
I mean, I don't love it at this point, but 120, sure, do it. But at the 115 right now, FanDuel pretty much crossed the market. I don't think we can get there. They're playing good hockey though. They're playing really good hockey. The goals are going to start coming as long as they keep playing this way. Shesterkin's been fantastic. I'm not worried about him starting tonight. We haven't got the confirmation yet, but Quick just went recently, so I'm very confident we'll get the Shesterkin start. I think we're buying low here on them, and the one thing I will say, the Rangers are 100% on the penalty kill so far. They have yet to allow a power play goal, and the Leafs are one of two teams yet to score a power play goal. So like the Rangers tonight, but the Leafs are scoring a power play goal tonight. Just the way that it's coming.
Power play looks awful. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know if it's gonna be coming, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice to be the game to do it here. Next we got Panthers taking on the Devils.
Are we good now?
Oh, there he is.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
All right, finally we're back. All right.
That was some good edging there.
All right,
let's contain myself.
All right, let's start with So Money here. Panthers taking on the Devils. Devils minus 154. Total 5.5 juice towards the over. So Money, anything you like in this game?
Panthers Devils, no, I got nothing there. I am on the Rangers.
Okay.
We are all Rangers. I agree with Moretto. There was a big move. Of course, we were part of that move. So I do like it quite a bit. We're on the Rangers pretty big here.
All right, Rangers pretty big. Not at this price though. Need a better price to get it. Hopefully it'll pop for some edgers out there and they can get it later on in the day. Anything you like in this Devils Panthers game though, Alex?
No, not really. Kind of like lean over just based on the goaltending matchup that I would be expecting here. But like Florida's just not a team I want to bet overs with right now. They're struggling to create. They're still very good defensively. Maybe the Devils can like trouble them a little bit in that regard. Florida's, not had a tough schedule to this point, so their defensive numbers look a little bit better than they probably will be long term, just based on the matchups. But like, still, Florida's just not an over team for me. And with Tarasov in net, I don't really have much of an appetite for anything Florida here.
All right, let's flip over and talk Avs and Blue Jackets. Avs minus 162 on the road, total 6.5, slight juice towards the under. We'll start with So Money. So Money, you like anything here?
I didn't, but there's over money that just came into the market just a little while ago. So it does bring the under into range for me, but it's a little bit difficult right now for me to bet unders with these two teams. So I'll need a little bit more, but the under is getting into range now.
Yeah, we just saw a move on the under right here quickly. What number would you need to play this under?
I need a plus money under.
Okay, plus money under. Quick scan. I don't think we have anything there just yet. No, nothing just yet. Just keep an eye though. Simple as that. Keep an eye on things as always. Alex, anything you like, or are you ready to go to the next game?
I agree. No, I like it. I would bet the minus 105, but like I need Wedgwood to be confirmed. I think that there's a chance that Minor goes tonight because Wedgwood's played every game so far with Blackwood out. Wedgwood's been awesome. If Minor goes, I still would honestly have interest in under, but I would just have to time getting involved here, wait for over money to pour in on the Minor confirmation and then buy back on an under. So I feel like I'm probably going to end up on an under either way here. Just kind of timing when to get involved because I don't want to get stuck with a bad number with Minor. But the Avs have been really, really good defensively. That even I know Wedgwood's been good, but even if Minor ends up starting in this game, they'll shelter him enough. Where I don't think he's going to have a ton of work here. Columbus is struggling to get the offense going. Colorado's playing really low event hockey. Just kind of get their lead and just get out of here. This is very early regular season, just get the job done type stuff from them. I think they're pretty underrated defensively right now. So yeah, I like under either way. It's just when should we get involved? Probably won't know at this point until warmups who's starting for Colorado.
They said that Edgewood is confirmed first off the ice. Edgewood was
Edgewood.
Yes, not Wedgwood. Edgewood.
I see what you did there.
First off the ice there. Bednar did say Edgewood as well. He said Wedgwood, but I'm gonna say that he said Edgewood because this is on brand. This is the show. Up next, Preds Habs. Habs somehow are the favorite in this game. Terrible team. Don't know how they would ever be favored against any team in the NHL, let alone an OHL or college team. But they are. Market seems to be right about it. Totals 5.5. Slightly juiced towards the over. Actually, heavily juiced towards the over on FanDuel. Minus 138 on this 5.5. Moretto.
Give me an unbiased breakdown. Unbiased breakdown is that the Habs are winning the cup. My breakdown for this game is that I like it under here. I very much like the under. The there's sixes like minus 115s. You can go to the alt lines too at FanDuel, get the flat lines and get a 6 here. I really like this. It's probably my favorite total, I would say, of the day. Like this, the Habs are an exciting team, and like a lot's been made about like, with the Demidov in the game the other night and stuff. They are exciting, but like they're a lot different than they are last year. I think they're playing the game the right way. They have the firepower, but they're not opening it up and trying to outscore teams. They are defensively, they are playing really, really well. That Dobson addition has been fantastic. He's yet to be on the ice for a 5-on-5 goal against, and now it's kind of let everyone slot down the lineup and play in a more appropriate role. And we're seeing the returns like already here. Preds are not the offense that are going to change that. So Saros back in net here. I know Dobish is in net for the Habs. I like that I talked about this earlier, like last week, I think it was, when we were talking about the Habs. I said, like, with Dobish in net, I can't bet an over with him. Like, he's just seen the puck so well right now. He was great in that game against Detroit. He was great all preseason, did not allow a goal. I think he's playing better than Montembeault right now. I don't think he is better than Montembeault, but I think he's playing better. So, Habs offense hasn't got rolling yet, but they're locking things down really well in their own end. Both teams have been very strong on the PK too, which I think is flying under the radar a little bit here, and neither are really going right now in the power play. So yeah, I like this under 6 quite a bit.
All right, under 6 for Alex. So money, anything you like in this game, or is this a pass for you?
I love Moretto, but the problem with doing shows with Moretto is that we're constantly aligned on these things. So I did bet the under as well. I was even going to reference.
We did not plan this. We did not plan this.
Yeah.
It says in the notes we did, but
I was even going to reference Moretto talking about Dobish in the first show when he was saying how well he's seeing the puck and how it came to fruition against the Wings. And now I can't even talk about that because he just did. So the other thing too is that when we look at the Habs, we think of them as like a high-powered offensive team with the young kids, but they're playing well defensively. And like I think that kind of goes under the radar as well. That this is a team that it's showing its maturity in the sense that they do want to play well defensively. They don't want to just be like a run and gun young team. So I like that quite a bit. I did play the under 6. Not sure where it's at right now, but I agree with Alex. I'm on the under there as well.
All right, the under. There's some 6 112s out there, 115 I think over at FanDuel. Yeah, if you're looking for those unders, let's flip over. Let's look at the.
Well, also, wait. Thanks to the chat, Wedgwood actually. I thought you were like making a joke and not being serious. Wedgwood actually is confirmed.
Yeah, it was the starter.
I missed that fully. Yeah, no, I missed that.
I said it.
Yeah, I thought you were being an idiot and just making an Edgewood joke. I didn't think you were being like
you have no
serious
journalistic integrity, Jason.
Yeah,
you can't be trusted even by these guys.
Your sources are flawed.
I said the
so
chat.
I did not realize that. So I'll bet that under right now. I just didn't believe you one bit. So yeah, thanks. I believe Jordan and Charles and Connor in the chat. I just didn't believe you. So under 6.5 is the go here.
All right, sorry. I did say that the chat said it, so it did not come from me. And they did also say Edgewood is confirmed. Connor is the first one to write Edgewood is confirmed. So the chat did say Edgewood as well instead of Wedgwood.
Also, it was his good joke too. Oh my god, I gave you way too much credit.
All right, you know what? Let's keep going, talking through the games here. Kraken, Senators favorites here. Totals 6.5, minus 132, flat 6 elsewhere. Looking at FanDuel right now. I think I started with Moretto, so let's go with So Money. Who you got?
I really want to play the under here. I think, but I need a little bit more. I think that Ottawa, after their that performance against Buffalo, whatever the hell that was, I think that they would want to get back to a more defensive game. And knowing Travis Green as well as I do, he would probably be stressing that as well. The problem is that Seattle is not really an under team right now. The way that they're playing, it's not really conducive to an under. They're giving up chances. They're actually more offensive this year as well. So I would like the under. I need a plus money under. If it gets there at any point today, I will bet it. But for now, I do need to pass on it.
Okay, passing on the under in this game. I'm guessing, Moretto, you're also aligned with that you like the under, but you're going to pass here.
I liked past tense, liked the under before I really want to start betting Ottawa unders, because I do agree with what So Money said, and I do think Ottawa very much profiles as an under team. I talked about that last week too, and bet the Ottawa under on Thursday when I was on, and that lost because Ottawa just can't get saves right now, and that's kind of been their problem. But like they're definitely trending to be an under team. This was I thought a decent matchup for it. But like then Grubauer was confirmed. The thing that was crazy to me is that Grubauer was confirmed and the market bet the over, as you would expect, but they did not bet the Sens at all, which like, I don't know why there's zero appetite for Ottawa. I guess maybe it's because they haven't looked good and they're struggling a little bit right now. But like, again, they're not playing poorly. It's just down to bad goaltending. I'm willing to bet that regresses to the mean. Allmark is too good to keep playing, this poorly. I like the Sens. Like, it's not like, a banger or anything, but like, I still think at like minus 145, 146, even up to minus 150, it's like worth a something of a bet, not a full play here, but like, I do like the Sens a little bit. I'd be surprised if this didn't take money at some point. I bet it on the Grubauer news. And frankly, I thought I was going to be getting it just before it really started to run, and it just has not run at all. And I'm just sitting here like, all right, I guess I didn't have to rush that at all. But I do think that will run at some point. So yeah, I like the Sens here.
All right, you like the Sens here. Someone in the chat saying, I feel like I missed. I may be missing the joke here, but Kevin's saying So Money playing for Green and knowing him well is our biggest edge. You played under Travis Green before? Is that true?
Yeah, last year we had some fun with that. After he coached the Canucks, I got to. I never played for Travis Green, but
he was the e-bug. He was the e-bug for a while.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. So you almost played for Travis Green. We can add that to the list. Let's talk Jets and Flyers. Red, I'm going to let you lead here. Jets minus 140. Totals at 5.5. Slight juice towards the over. Minus 120 towards the over. Over on FanDuel. What do you like here?
Nothing really. Like, didn't bet anything. Like, a lean towards the Flyers. I think I just haven't been impressed with the Jets. I think with Lowry and Perfetti out, they're just so thin up front. Like, Taves is not a 2C. He's getting kind of caved in his minutes right now. That Nemesnikov on line 3 with Nyquist, he's been even worse. So like, they're really struggling up front. They have not looked good through three games. I know they beat the Isles, but like, the Isles are an absolute mess. And honestly, they did not deserve that game. Sorokin just kind of blew up. So kind of want to fade Winnipeg, but again, small sample. And like, even though Philly has been good and tough matchups to start the season, I'm not really a believer in this roster. Maybe Tocchet can get the most out of them, and he has at least through a few games. But like, I don't know. I would lean Flyers. It's still early in the season. I haven't, seen enough from either of these teams to kind of buy into what we've seen so far. So nothing for me here.
All right, So Money. You like the Flyers here as well, or the Jets, or what do you like here? Anything in the total?
No, I'm neutral here. I'm normally in this matchup at a 5.5. I would be looking at the over, with historically the way that the Flyers goaltending situation is. But I will say that their goaltending doesn't seem to be as dire as it was last year, and their defense doesn't seem to be as horrific as it was last year as well. So I will say that the 5.5 is fair right now. That's a Flyers team that I want to see a little bit more from. If they are legitimately getting better defensively and they will get decent goaltending, then this is a team that I would like to bet unders moving forward. So for now I will pass, but I will be watching the Flyers closely.
All right. Passing on the Flyers and the Jets, Oilers, Islanders, Oilers, minus 166 favorites on the road here. Looks like it's a 6 across the board on the total. So Money, we'll start with you. Anything you like?
Yeah. I bet the over here.
Okay.
Like the 6 as well. Oilers, they're fine, right? Like I mean, like I was reading something about how they're struggling offensively. They're not really struggling offensively. They are generating. They are generating. They're just not scoring. And I mean, like, we're not going to sit here and talk about the Oilers not being able to score based on their track record. So so they're fine. They're gonna start scoring. It could be tonight against without Sorokin in net. So yeah, I like I like the Oilers to start getting it going here. And the Islanders, we started talking about this last year. They're not as good defensively early in the season, it seems like, as and then as the season goes on, they start getting better, but they're still giving up tons of chances. Sorokin has been bailing them out quite a bit here. So I think that this could be a good opportunity here for a sneaky over.
All right, sneaky overplay for So Money here. Moretto, you in agreement?
Yeah, shocker. I'm in agreement with So Money. I mean, like I just talked about it though earlier. It's so painful watching the Islanders try and defend right now.
Yes.
Like they're defensively so bad. Sorokin blew up the other night, so he's not starting. It's Riddick going tonight. Like big save Dave at this point. He was never that good. I mean, at this point in his career, it's like we're grasping at straws. So I do think this is. I know Edmonton hasn't generated necessarily or scored a ton, I guess we should say, so far. This is like the perfect matchup for them to just kind of break out in that regard. And my only concern with this over is that can the Islanders do enough to contribute to the total here? I think they'll be able to get a couple at least. Like I still don't fully believe in Skinner, but Edmonton has been playing really well defensively, and honestly, the Islanders are just kind of a mess all over. But hopefully, it just gets silly and Edmonton can score enough, and that the Islanders can just add a couple goals in what could be a pond hockey type game if we get the sort of matchup that I'm hoping we do here.
Let's get silly tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Chat's also in agreement with you guys. I'll suck high key, says Jordan Mosel, and then Charles Saul saying Sorokin on watch. I think that's more so to do with the players in front of him than like Sorokin himself, but I trust you. I trust you, Charles. A couple more games left here. So Money's Canucks taking on the Dallas Stars. Sorry about making fun of your Canucks earlier. I'm not sorry about the Habs. I just a little bit of classic ribbing here. Dallas Stars minus 178 on the money line. Totals at 6, slightly juiced towards the over here. I'll let you lead, So Money. Anything you like in this game outside of the Canucks winning?
Look, I'm on record as saying that I think the Canucks are going to be fine this year. They are going to be better than they were last year. What we're seeing early in the season is that they're just out of sync, and it shouldn't be surprising because with even though he was on the staff last year, there are some new wrinkles that Adam Foote is trying to implement, and it takes some time to get used to what is essentially a new system that he's trying to put together. So if I was a Canucks fan, I'd be patient with the team. I think that it's gonna take some time. Tonight, on the surface, I thought that Dallas was a little bit too high, but I kind of need to have some more time with the Canucks. I need to see a little bit more from them. But I think that they're going to start becoming a sneaky bet once they start playing better defensively within the system that Adam Foote wants them to.
All right, nothing here for So Money, which means probably nothing here for Moretto as well. Is that true, Moretto?
That is true. I do think Vancouver's better than they've shown. I think that you can see here based on this number that the market doesn't really respect them. So I do think that'll open up some opportunities to bet on them in the future. Dallas honestly hasn't looked great in winning their first 3 games. But like that team just has so much talent that I think they're able to kind of not show up on some nights and still win hockey games, which is why they're a scary team to bet against. I saw that, Vancouver understandably took some money after the DeSmith confirmation, and which is fair. But at this point, I don't really have any interest in anything here.
All right. No interest here. Let's flip forward to the Canes Ducks. 3 more games left. I think we have here for tonight. Quick side note. If anyone lives in Anaheim and was at the Ducks game last night and got one of those masks, if you can ship them to our office, those are like the coolest things I've ever seen. I need those. Really cool. I need those right now in my life. But Canes, Ducks, Canes minus 194. Heavy favorites on the money line. Ducks at home. If they're giving out those Duck masks again, you know what to do. 6.5 right now on FanDuel is the total. Slightly juiced towards the under. Minus 120. Mr. Moretto, give me your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I mean, I came on here a month ago hyping up the Ducks as much as I could. I still love this Ducks team, but like I think this is a bit too much of a step up in class, especially early in the season where like I think this team is going to get better as the year goes on. They have a lot of new faces still trying to integrate into the lineup. They have a lot of young guys that are going to need a little time to get up to speed too. Quenneville's system will take a bit of time. So like, yeah, I didn't love what I saw from the Ducks in their home opener against the Pens. I think we're going to need to be a little patient with them. Thankfully, the results have been there so far, even though they haven't played necessarily great. They're just a bit sloppy right now. They're generating offense. Their power play has been unbelievable, which is going to be probably in tough here though against a Canes penalty kill that's been unreal for years now. So like not going to necessarily be able to lean on that power play like they have been in the last few games too. So I know it's a big number. I know I do like this Ducks team, but I'm not looking to bet them right now against this Canes team. Just need to see a little bit more from Anaheim, which I do think we will see at one point, but we haven't quite yet. So nothing for me here.
Something you'd expect from like a younger team, though. Even they'll get right though. They have the talent. They'll get it right.
Yeah.
So, money thoughts here?
So I actually messed up. I had the over all set to go here, and for whatever reason, I got caught with my pants down, and the over took off on me. So I like the over. I would have liked the over. I want to keep betting Anaheim overs as long as they let me. But at 6.5, I think it's been adjusted correctly for Anaheim's opponent here, Carolina, who can, if they want to shut it down, they'll shut it down. But yeah, unfortunately, I missed the over. If it gets back to a 6, even a 6 up to -115, I would love it. But I missed the boat here, so it's very unfortunate missing a number like that. But yeah, I like the over, but I wasn't able to bet it.
Missed the boat on us trying to get your audio and video sorted out. That's on us, so money. That's on us. Sorry about that. Let's flip over, talk the Penguins and Kings. Second last game we have on the board here. Kings, big favorites, -210 at home. Total is around a 6 here, slightly juiced towards the over at some spots. So money, I'll start with you. Any thoughts on this game here?
Yeah, I bet the over. It's one of those things where like we talked about it in the Anaheim Pittsburgh game a couple of days ago, where Pittsburgh, if there's a team that wants to run and gun with the Penguins, they're especially out of conference, Pittsburgh's not going to have a problem complying with that. Los Angeles could be seen as more of a defensive team, but they're actually playing some high octane hockey early in the season. So I think that as the year goes on, you might see the Kings start to become more of a defensive team. But for now, they're not getting the goaltending. Kemper's out, of course. But they're a team that is playing sneaky good offensive hockey. And I think that they'll have no trouble against the Penguins generating offense. Penguins don't get the goaltending consistently. So I think that the Kings won't have trouble generating, and the Penguins are not capable of shutting anybody down. So this could be a game that becomes sneaky high scoring as well.
All right, sneaky high scoring game here for So Money. Likes the over. Moretto, up next. Anything you like?
Connor in the chat. So money, how can you get caught with your pants down when you do these shows without pants?
Fair. That's fair.
No, I don't have an over bet in this game. So we're not that we're in disagreement. I just didn't bet the over. I know Pittsburgh has been playing some crazy high event hockey. Could continue here because LA can score goals. I do think their offense is a tad underrated, but like they're also, I think they need to get back to their roots and what they do best here, because they haven't necessarily got the results yet. And to get a win, I would think that maybe, this is the type of game where they'll try and just suffocate the Penguins. They are a much better team than Pittsburgh. I think it's all smoke and mirrors so far for the Pens. So I can see LA kind of getting a bit of a lead here and just sucking the life out of this game, which kind of scares me a little bit. So I will cheer for this over for So Money and everyone else who bets it with him, but I don't have a bet on it myself.
All right, last game on the board here. Bruins taking on the Knights. Knights heavy favorites, -235 on the money line. Total is around 6 pretty much everywhere. 6 minus 108 ish, minus 118. Excuse me, on FanDuel. Let's start with Moretto here. Anything you like in this last game for us before we head out?
I didn't bet it. I do feel like this number is just, I don't know. I don't like the Bruins. That's the thing. I don't really like the Bruins. Like, this number is crazy. A lot of Vegas respect, which is not surprising. I mean, they are a good team. They haven't necessarily looked great. Obviously, like, the Hill injury now, like, I don't know. I'm just being a bit of a wuss here and not getting involved yet because I just don't really have much of an appetite for this Bruins team. But, like, I think this number is a little bit too big on Vegas. I'm just going to probably ultimately sit it out. I don't know. It's tough to get a read on this Boston team right now. Their range of outcomes is so wide because they are good defensively and Swayman is capable of great games, but, like, the roster also just sucks. So they're capable of just having these blow up games where they just, get smoked. So I don't really have much of a desire to bet Boston games right now. And Vegas is they're so much better than they've played so far. Like, they haven't quite figured it out. At one point it's going to click. So, like, I don't know. There's better things I want to do with my night than bet on this Boston Vegas game.
Yeah. Connor in the chat saying Bruins are nothing. Numbers crazy. So money. You agree with the sentiment?
So we have a actual disagreement between me and Moretto, and this is going to be like our Ottawa disagreement last year.
Okay.
I actually think the Bruins are a wild card caliber team. Second wild card. I think that they're sneaky. I love using that word today. That they're feisty, right? I think they're a feisty team, and, like, I think that a lot of the stuff that happened to them last year, similar to the Canucks, was just out of their control, right? You started the season with Swayman's contract issues that kind of left a bitter taste between both parties, I think, and I think that they probably needed more time to get that taken care of, and I actually think the Bruins are gonna have a stronger year this year, especially as they get healthier now. They have a couple of injuries now that makes it tougher, but I'm not betting the Bruins side in this game, but I do like the under. I will play it shortly. It's right in range now, so I do like that under, and I think that So Schmid is starting today. He kind of concerns me a bit, but I don't think that he's as bad as the market wants to make him out to be sometimes. So I will be on this under here today.
All right. That wraps it up for the edge work segment. So money on the under here for this game. Let's get quickly before we head out. A couple anytime goal scorers in the chat. Let's filter them in here quickly. How many do you guys normally do? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5? 30. All right. All 30. Every single
One
game.
for every team.
Yeah, there we go. Love it. See one already in the chat. Roslovic, anytime goal scorer. You guys want to donate to this parlay as well, or?
Yeah, I'll grab something here in a second. Let me just comb through some things. What do we have in the chat so far?
Right now, just Roslovic at plus 460 is what we got. It'd be nice if my BetStamp Pro was working so I could find some good goal scorer edges, but not working for me right now. If you guys have anything else we can add. If not, this is not a parlay. It's just a anytime goal scorer. We see a JT Miller in the chat as well.
I like the JT Miller actually. It's from Albert.
Oh no.
Maybe not then.
Oh no.
Maybe.
No, I do like it. I think Albert's onto something here.
Okay, JT Miller.
Let's go Brad Marchand.
I hate that. I just hate like the thought of Brad
280.
Marchand scoring a goal. But JT Miller, Brad Marchand.
You're on the bad BetStamp Pro plan apparently because mine's working, and I just pulled it from there. So
I think it's the it might be our Wi-Fi here.
yeah, I think
unfortunately.
the internet in the office is a little rough.
But that's okay. Where is he? Brad Marchand. So Jack Roslovic, JT Miller, Brad Marchand. What else we got? Anything else we got in the chat here? Cole Sillinger, Drew O'Connor. Those are kind of stinky. Are we good with 3? Is 3 okay? Is 3 enough?
Yeah.
3's enough. All right.
Yeah.
Close it out.
We'll build our way up to the crazy ones here.
All right, we're gonna go Jack Roslovic. We're gonna go JT Miller. We're gonna go Brad Marchand. Anytime goal. Combine those all together. 81-1 over on FanDuel. Make sure you tell them what we sent you if you're gonna go bet this on FanDuel because you're gonna want to go bet it on FanDuel.
Can I do one more thing here?
Yeah, go for it. You can do whatever you want.
So I bet something the other day.
Okay.
It was Jack Adams. I bet Todd McClellan to win the Jack Adams. I really like this Detroit team, and I was pleasantly surprised with the way that they played against the Panthers yesterday as well. This is a team that I think that I know Moretto, if I'm not mistaken, was pretty high on them as well. This is a team that you're not high on them. Are you?
Not high, I'm not low on them. I'm just it's the Habs year. I mean, that's it. It's just the Habs year. Like, what are we supposed to do? That's their Eastern Conference.
I think that McClellan is the coach to finally bring these kids together, and I think he's the kind of guy that can implement the kind of culture that these kids would need, and they theoretically have the goaltending now, right? So I think that all the pieces are in place for this team in what should be, if I'm correct, it should be a wide open division as well. All right. So I think that that would be a good bet there. FanDuel's at 15-1 right now. It has moved a bit, but yeah. So I do like McClellan there to win Jack Adams.
All right. Before we head out, some breaking news in the chat here. Looks like Carter Hart is going to be joining Vegas.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 2-year contract, I believe, $2 million per, 1.8 AAV. I mean, that's some tidy work from Vegas. If Carter Hart can turn around, any opinion here from you guys? How much does this help Vegas? Obviously, it does because goaltending situation was backup situation was kind of a question mark for them. Any opinions here from you guys or nothing really?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, we don't have to get into the politics at all, but I like the move for them. I think there are a lot of teams that should have taken a flyer on Carter Hart that are going to be kind of kicking themselves if they didn't. I would have liked to see Carolina maybe take a stab there or something like. I don't know. There's a few teams. Obviously the Ottawa, the Edmonton. It wasn't going to happen there. It sounded like, but yeah. I think there were a few teams that should have gotten involved here, and it just kind of pisses me off that it's always Vegas that ends up finding a way to get these guys. So
I mean, the benefit of playing for, we'll call it like a smaller market where like you can walk around and no one will really bug you. If for him to go to Edmonton or Carolina's still pretty small, but like any of these bigger market teams, I feel like he probably just wouldn't even want to go there. He probably just wants to lay low a little bit. Tidy work here for the Golden Knights. Rich stay richer. Tough. All right. Anyways, appreciate you guys joining the show today. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Do us a favor before you head out. Smash the like button. You guys did a great job doing that. So Money, Alex, thank you guys for joining. I'm going to let you guys get out of here. Edge work. We're going to be doing this every Tuesday, every Thursday. So if you haven't heard already, now you know. Going to be going super extra for these shows.
The Albert return on Tuesday as well. So everyone be ready for that. Messy beds, Jergens bottles, Kleenex. It's gonna be a good time.
I remember last year he had like a suitcase full of clothes that was like on his floor for like a month. It's like, unpack your suitcase, dude. Like, what are you doing? You live in an apartment. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Who's gonna be up beside Albert? Is it gonna be you, Moretto, or So Money?
We haven't figured that out yet. One thing at a time. Just I know Albert's itching to get back here, so we had to get that scheduled.
All right, perfect. Well, you guys know what to do. Fade accordingly. Alex, So Money, appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Thanks, guys.
See you, Jason.
All right, see you guys. It's great stuff here. Reminder before we head out the door, smash the like button goes a long way for us here on the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well. If you're an edger and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe because that's what this is the new home for edge work. Yeah, that's about it. We ran through everything. Longer show today. I'm excited to do these long shows. I still got energy. I'm still ready to go. I'm still feeling under the weather, but I still got the energy. Imagine when I'm going to be 100% healthy, ready to go. I'm going to be a little ball of energy. It's going to be so great. Appreciate you guys in the chat. One more time before we head out, smash the like button. And that's it. That's it. Can't believe tomorrow's Friday. Today's Thursday. You're going to want to, you guys already know, Forward Progress HQ is up next. We got our Best Bet show. We got our Best Bet show. We got our watch along tomorrow, noon Eastern time, right here. G-Stack George, Austin Mock. We're going to be building G-Stack George. We're going to be doing our Survivor. Austin Mock. We're going to be talking some college football, and then Jim Sands is going to come on to talk some NASCAR, which I'm a little excited about because I'm not really a NASCAR guy, and I'm like learning more about sports.
I wore the shirt too early.
Well, no, cover it. You could have outfit repeated
For what?
for tomorrow.
Well, I have tons of NASCAR shirts.
All right. Well,
I'll wear a different one. I'll wear my NASCAR jacket tomorrow for you as well.
Get in your bag for the NASCAR.
I'll get in my
jacket.
bag for sure.
Awesome stuff. All right. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. That wraps up for us here today. This has been the Thursday, October 16th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by FanDuel. We will see you guys right here tomorrow.